we are just wrapping up a trip to Europe. This one was shorter than most have been, only 8 days, but this is our 4th or 5th time, I think, to Europe. And we've gotten pretty good at packing out of just a backpack. So this is all that I have. We don't check bags, we just do carry-ons. That way we can't get our luggage lost. It just makes life simple. And between stays at places, we can just walk around with what we have, and we don't have to worry about lugging suitcases, anything like that. So simple, fairly intentional though. We've come to find a system that works well for us. This is what I carry just to start. This is a GoRuck pack. This is my first time trying it on a trip. I actually really like it so far. It's really, really simple. And then for my clothes that I wear most of the time, including on the flights to and from, I've just got trail running shoes. These are Ultras, and then some darn tough merino socks. And then these are 72-hour shorts from Huckberry. Same with the shirt, is a 72-hour, it's a merino, super light shirt. I really, really like this shirt. And then just some sunglasses, and I like to bring a hat. And then, you probably don't even notice because that's the whole point, but under my shirt I carry a little fanny pack, and this is just a really thin, I think it's actually RFID protected, but this is my wallet. This is where I keep both of our passports. I keep credit card, debit card, cash, and then anything super pertinent. In addition to that, I keep a secondary backup set inside of the pack, and I keep an air tag in both. And so the idea really is that this will never get taken because it's under my shirt. I usually keep it about right here, so you can't really see it under the shirt. And then yeah, I take it with me absolutely everywhere, so don't want to lose this. But as far as the pack itself goes, this one is sweet because it's really simple, and it really only has 3 compartments. Well, I guess 4. But the first one being right here, this is the laptop one. And so because, like I said, we like to do some work on the airplane and be able to research and stuff, I've got a full 16-inch laptop in there with my drives, chargers, a bunch of random stuff. And then on the backside, another pocket. Don't really use this one. And then I carry a carabiner with me, just that if I want to hang the backpack, if I want to connect it to something, or I have a string as well that I could use for like clotheslines and stuff. I've just found it nice to have a carabiner, whether it's a proper climbing one or not, doesn't really matter. But keep my AirPods in this little pocket on top. And then the main compartment, it opens up completely down the sides like a suitcase. And then it's just like this inside. So like I said, I've got my secondary wallet in here, air tagged, and then just paperwork and stuff in there for stays along the way. But the inside of the pack, very intentional. We've now dialed it in pretty good. This is a little packable backpack. So it's a really lightweight little backpack. Sometimes Sadie will use it for her laptop to bring it on the plane, as like her little purse, if you will. But mostly we use it for walking around town. So if we get to a hotel and we just want to take a lightweight pack, we just bring this with a little jacket and whatever else we need for a day trip or a day hike or whatever. We also always bring a snack pack because we've found that one, things are expensive, especially when it comes to snacks, and 2, they're not always readily available and not available in the style that you might want. And so we find it sometimes hard to find enough protein places. And so we bring like pepperoni sticks and protein bars and electrolytes. So yeah, pretty much this trip it was Kate's bars, Elements, Chomps, and a bunch of them. And we've got a few left. This is the last day, and then we got a flight home. So I'm sure we'll burn through all that. This is my toiletry bag. I used to carry like a normal toiletry bag that was less Ziploc baggy, but here we are, and that is because this contains anything that melts or explodes, and so keeps it simple. I just have deodorant mini stick, some wet wipes, tissues, a bunch of earplugs for if you're staying in a hostel or just a loud hotel that has whatever people outside or inside making a bunch of noise, toothbrush, and some hair glue because my hair is insane, and a wipe for my glasses lenses. But this is the most important part right here. This is the Dr. Bronner's cast off soap. Talked about it in the past. This stuff's amazing. It's like a really concentrated soap, and you can use it for all sorts of stuff. There's like, I'm pretty sure people use it for everything from brushing their teeth to whatever. But for us, the main use for this is you can use it for soap, hand soap, body soap, whatever, but we primarily use it for washing clothes, and so that comes in later. But it's just a condensed soap that smells good, natural, whatever. We use it for washing clothes in the sink, so that is very convenient. And then as far as the other accessories, I guess, for me, because I do camera stuff, I do bring some random camera odds and ends, which you guys don't care about. But overall, I've got a bunch of cords. Some of this is for cameras, but primarily I bring one cord per device. I also bring a iPhone cord with a block, because you can get higher output out of these blocks than you can out of most standard ports. And then if you're traveling internationally, you need to get an adapter. This one has a bunch of USB-C outputs on the bottom, and then USB-A, and then USB-C on the side, and you just pop out whatever style that you need for your trip. So this is the one that we've been using on this trip in Europe, and then, you know, if you're whatever in America, use that one, or UK, you've got this guy. So you need an adapter, plug any cord into it. And then I also always bring a headlamp, just because we like to hike and do things while we're on these trips, and if we ever get caught out, I just want to have a headlamp with me. I carry a battery pack. This one is awesome. I'll try to link all these things down below. I carry a Garmin InReach. This is a satellite texting phone. Rarely ever use it on these trips, but it's a good emergency, just in case, you know, whatever, cell networks go down or something, and I'm out of service and I need something. Then I carry a paracord, and this is, I think it's about 10 feet of it, and the purpose of that is either for stringing it up to hang clothes on if we're drying clothes, or repairing things, who knows. It's just a good little thing to have. So really the carabiner on my backpack and this are kind of a little bit of a emergency repair kit. Otherwise, just got my GoPro Insta360, and that is it for my extra random supplies. And then, as far as the clothes go, starting with shoes, I wear tennis shoes. If they get wet, they get wet. That's fine. I just wear these for everything. And then I have a pair of sandals, and these I primarily wear at night, or if it's really hot, then I'll wear those. For clothes, my theory is definitely that everything needs to have multiple purposes, or at least last multiple days. And so, again, I'm really pumped with this. I've been supported by Huckberry for a little while now, and I really, really like their stuff. They have all sorts of stuff. It's a guy's online men's shop where you don't have to think about what you want to buy or shop for, because they figure that stuff out for you. They have a lot of cool guides and stuff, and because I don't like shopping, it makes my life easy. So I've got merino shirt. This is a, well, let me actually go to the other shirts first. This is another merino shirt, the exact same one as I'm wearing, and I freaking love these shirts. I wear them non-stop. They're really lightweight, and because they're merino, they don't really smell. And then if they get wet and it's cold out, like if you sweat while it's cold, merino is obviously the best. It's just the best material for anything next to skin, in my opinion. This is another merino shirt, long sleeve, Henley style. This is the proof. These are all their 72-hour line, so it's like kind of designed to be a multi-day use potential. And those are nice because they just don't start smelling the same way that cotton does if you do sweat, and they're obviously safer because of the warmth. So then back to this. This is the long sleeve hooded. It's kind of like a sun shirt, thin merino. This I'll just wear over this as like a thin sweatshirt basically, or because of the multi-use thing, if I do for some reason burn through all of my shirts and they're all, you know, sweaty and nasty because I haven't been able to wash for like a week, then this ends up working as a shirt as well. So this trip I have 3 extra shirts, which is actually way more than normal. Normally I only bring 1 or 2. I think I could get away with, honestly, just these 2, because you can wear one or the other while the other one's washing or drying, or you can wear them together if it's cold. And then for the bottom half, like I said, I've got these shorts. They have a built-in belt, which is nice because in TSA you don't have to take off the belt. I've got these are running shorts with a liner, and yeah, there's a nice light pair of running shorts that also double as swimming shorts. Underwear, I carry 2 extra pair of merino underwear, 1 extra pair of merino socks, and then this trip I brought merino pants. These are also the 72-hour pants, and they are super comfortable, really stretchy, flexible, whatever. I didn't wear them a lot on this trip just because it was a fairly warm trip, but I wore them a few nights, and it's just nice to have in case it does get cold. Like this last winter when we went to Norway, it got a lot colder, and so our kit looked a little bit different, but honestly it was mostly the same. The only thing that really changed was I brought a pair of long johns for my pants and a pair of shell pants. Otherwise this kit was pretty much identical. So last bag is my jackets, and for this I just bring a puffy jacket. This one's a Patagonia Nano Puff, tried and true, synthetic insulation, so if it gets wet it doesn't go downhill as fast as a lot of down puffies will. And then I bring a pair of gloves. These are kind of waterproof, not totally windproof, but they're warm, outdoor research. And then I bring a shell jacket. So I've just got a shell jacket, puffy jacket, gloves. If it was going to be a cold trip, I would also bring a beanie. But overall, that is my complete kit. And Sadie and I will share stuff back and forth a little bit as far as like, I don't have toothpaste this trip, but she does, and she doesn't have a headlamp. Certain things will shuffle back and forth, but overall on this trip, we hiked a bit. I rented a bike, did a bunch of biking. We explored around all these different cities throughout Austria and southern Germany, and really, I needed nothing more. I could have gotten rid of stuff. So now Sadie's turn. Show you what a woman can bring on a week-long trip. Also, real quick, I do bring a tiny little water bottle. Sadie brings a full-size one. I don't, just because I don't drink as much water, and we don't usually need it. Then one last thing that I actually forgot on this trip, I normally bring, totally fine here, is a water filter. I use a Catadine Be-Free squeezable 1 liter bladder bag, and that's just in case you're in an area where the water's questionable, or if you're out hiking and you need some water. So definitely would bring that, but I forgot it on this trip.
Alright, this is everything that I brought to Germany. Fits all right in here. Okay, first we got all my batteries and chargers. So my laptop charger, AirPods, battery pack, my adapter and other cords, and then a block for me too. So that's everything that's in there. Then we go to the main compartment. Fully unzips, which is nice. This is my water bottle. And this is my toiletry bag. I have a hair braid thing. I don't know if Chase calls it the unicorn.
Yeah, go into that. I think
okay.
Care more about the girl stuff than
okay. You you take it like this, and you put it right here, and you French braid your hair down, and then in the morning it's like a wavy, kind of looks like it's curled, but it just saves time, and then I don't have to bring any like products or like a curling iron or a hair straightener or anything, and it's pretty light and it keeps your hair protected. So it's just an easy thing that I like to bring when we're on these trips that I don't want to carry a curling iron. A little mini hairbrush, deodorant, hairspray, dry shampoo that I just ran out of, so that was like a full week's worth. Face wash, toothbrush, razor, which I usually don't bring a razor because sometimes the airport says something. Moisturizer, toothpaste, and then just some Tums just in case I have a stomachache at any point. Then this is my fanny pack that I'll either take, well, on the airplane it's nice just to have it for like my phone and passport and money and whatnot, and then like sunscreen. And then on our day adventures I can just put whatever I need in here, which is just a nice little safe mini purse. This is my makeup bag, so I just have mascara, a little like liquid tube of blush, chapstick, an eyelash curler, and a eyebrow gel, like one little, I don't know what those are called, puffies, and then a tinted sunscreen, which I would recommend out of everything here. I think the rest I have left behind on other trips, but just a nice sunscreen or tinted sunscreen is always a good call. This is my first, so I only have 2 cubes, and this is my cube of, I got the same puffy as Chase, just a different color, tried and true, same, oh actually a different shell than him that I've had for, we got this for our Alaska honeymoon trip. I'd never had like a full-on rain shell before, but it's Arc'teryx, and it has served super well for the last 5 years. I love it. It's an awesome product.
Married for
4 years. Sports bra, and then I'll bring 2 sports bras usually, just because you can wash them. And then underwear, usually only a couple because we can just wash them again in the sink, and then a swimsuit. So that's all that's in that first cube. And then the second cube, I just have a hat. We miss Maru, so this is my hat for her. This is my first shirt that I'll bring, and I've been wearing that a lot more because it has been warm this trip. And then I have like a little mid layer, I think it's Columbia, I've had it for forever. It's polyester, but it's a good little mid layer, keeps me warm. Just an extra pair of socks. I think both of them are Darn Tough or like Smart Wool, maybe, I can't remember. These are my like hiking pants, or just walk around pants. It's called Sneak. They're cool. I like walking around in them and hiking in them. They're comfortable. And then just some running shorts. I think these are Athleta, but they're nice when it was warm out. And then one more just tank top that I use for the hiking day. And I didn't wear it as much this trip, but it is nice because it has a built-in sports bra. So for girls that are traveling, that could always be a good hack for you to just utilize, not having to pack as many things. And then I have my laptop in the laptop sleeve, and I have my drive in here, just in a little extra compartment, so it's extra safe and everything's backed up at home. So in case anything happened to this, it would be protected. And that's it.
what you're wearing now?
Oh, and then I'm just wearing like some leggings, a Prana polyester shirt, and my ASIC trail running shoes that I've now put some significant mileage on them, and they're pretty awesome. So I like them. I would recommend getting a comfy hiking shoe and not focusing on being cute, because the first few Europe trips, that's all I cared about.
Yes, keep in mind our philosophy with this, generally speaking, is that we want to be mobile, be able to go places easily, and I usually just tell her that if she feels like she misses something, we can just buy it, because there are people everywhere and people need clothes, and so they have stuff.
Yeah.
But we don't end up buying a lot of stuff.
But we
Turns
have,
out
we've
having-
gotten like a dress or something, like, because I know a lot of women probably would look at this setup and think, oh, you don't have any like cute, items, but we've gotten like a dress before and stuff that works. Oh, I forgot my sandals too. Yeah, I guess I have.
Same sandals as I do.
Yeah, so
We'll carry
one pair of sandals.
those.
You could put a dress with this, and it'd be really cute for a little Europe photo shoot if you wanted. So, yeah, this setup has served me well. It's been good.
There it is.
Okay.
8 days in Europe. Cumulative total now, we probably spent almost 3 months over here.
Yeah.
And this is roughly the same thing we brought. So went to Norway in the winter, went to Spain in the summer, biked across the entire country. We've been to Italy in the winter, Portugal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So backpacked in France, a lot of places, and this has been sufficient. So hopefully this is useful.
All right, one thing I forgot to show in the last video was my camera and this padded case that we just use for travels. Just unlock it and then just pull it out. Here we go. It's R6 Mark II with a 35mm lens on it, and it's just really light and awesome to take traveling. And then this thing keeps it well protected. And yeah, I just put the strap around. It's Peak Design, and we're ready to go.